Are these cheap parts gonna fix my problems, or are they just gonna cause more? Let's find out. Let's get this bitch in there. So as you can see, our outer tie rods pretty loose, and then these sway bar end links. So mine haven't gotten to the point where they make sound, but if your car sounds like this, then it's probably time to change them as well. So these outer tie rods connect to these inner tie rods, and that connects to the steering rack and allows you to steer left and right. So if any of this is broken, it's gonna cause issues in your alignment and in your steering. So how do you fix that? Well, let me show you. I'm gonna start off with the outer tie rods. Take this cotter pin out and 19mm. So I was hammering away and obviously nothing happened. So I went to AutoZone and I bought this. Before we do any of that, we're gonna grease up these threads just so they don't get cross-threaded. Just pops out the rest of the way. Now we're gonna take this off. See how loose this is. I finally got it. This happens when you don't have the right tools for the job. I'm over here using adjustable wrenches for this shit. I got it off. I just loosened this back nut, but I'm gonna keep it exactly where it is. When I put the new one on, I want it to be as close as it was where it was sitting originally. That way, when I go get an alignment, they don't have to align it as much. We're just gonna unscrew this part. So this is the boot that was on there, completely ripped. You see how loose this thing is. Gravel, dirt, mixed in with the grease, and it grinds everything up. It starts eating away at this plastic, and the ball joint just becomes really loose. That can mess up your alignment and your steering since it is connected to the steering rack. Okay, so now we're gonna screw this in. Before we put it up on the suspension, we're gonna tighten it. So we're gonna get an alignment on this. So we're just gonna get it as tight as we possibly can. And then the alignment will, tighten it down to whatever specs we need. Now we can move this knuckle back, just slip this in. I'll attach all the specs just in case you guys need them. Torque this down to 36 foot-pounds. Wow, look at that difference. Dude, that does not move at all. Holy moly. Dude, I'm so happy. Dude, I finally got my sway bars in. I'm so excited. They look so sick. We're gonna swap out these end links as well, so everything's nice and fresh, and then we're gonna do some canyon runs. It's gonna be next on our list of parts to change. Lower ball joint, it's all dusted. Also got a little bit of leakage here of oil. So we got to see if it's either the pan's gasket or the rear main seal. So stay tuned for that as well. I obviously bought these for like $130. It came with these end links, came with the outer tie rods, and it also came with the ball joint bushings that we're going to install in a different video. That also came with the lower control arm, but I'm not going to be installing it because my lower control arm has some aftermarket bushings. They're actually really good. So yes, I know there's better, way better performance ones out there. I'm just going with the cheap ones right now, but I want to see if they're going to be good enough to hit the canyons with, see how long they're going to last. So now we're going to change our sway bar end link. As you can see, these are loose as well. They're old, the boots are breaking. I mean, when you have that, you go into corners, it's going to give you a lot of body roll. It's going to really twist the chassis. We want to switch these out so that we don't have those problems. We're going to go ahead and take a 14mm right here. And then we're going to loosen it. And as you can tell, it's going to be a point where if I keep trying to loosen this, it's going to turn the whole thing. So, okay, you got here and now it's not coming out. But our 5mm Allen key and our 14mm wrench, and this should come right off. Boom. Pop that out, and then all we have to do is do this top part for the sway bar. And let's check these sway bars out. Oh, how beautiful is that? They're nice and stiff. There she is, the old part. Just check how loose this thing is. Oh my God. Look at that. No grease in there, super dry. Over time, it's gonna start wearing out. Look how hard that is to move. Full of grease too, so this is the old one, this is the new one. Like I said, you always wanna compare the parts. It's gonna be the one for this side, right? As you can see, the one for the other side, you flip it around, it's never gonna match up. See, it's pointing the opposite way. So first the process. Okay, now that we got these in, you can see, I can't even twist these with my hand anymore. I'm gonna torque these to 30 foot-pounds. Who needs a Modelo when you have Erewhon? Make sure what you put in your body is just as good as what you put in your car. Don't cheap out, like me. Hope those end links don't break on you. The new tie rods are complete different, night and day. The end links, so the sway bar, everything is tight, amazing. The steering feels good, everything feels bomb. Oh, look at that guy, BMW.